Get in! The record-breaking Reds have done it again. 18 wins in a row in the top league in England, which equals the record for that kind of thing. The Reds were boss again. Bit of a mad one though. I've got Phil Blundell with me, I've got Steve with me, and we're going to discuss why it was a bit of a mad one. Phil, it was a bit of a throwback in that we have 25 shots, 16 corners, and somehow West Ham will probably be saying tonight we had some good chances there and we should have got something out of the game.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird. It was a very weird game. I was going to say it was a bit of a weird game, but it was really weird.
Definitely
like the
weird.
You go 1-0 up early doors like we did, and you sort of think, right, that's it, game's done, move on, win 3 or 4, and then 5 minutes later it's like, hang on, oh, they've scored. What wasn't supposed to happen?
Not in the script.
No. And then it was hard. The first half was really hard, and they came and you didn't expect what they did. They came, they were well organised, they moved the ball about well, they knew the jobs. I think Moyes had come with a plan, and you know, we can all laugh and joke about David Moyes, but he's not an incompetent idiot that they've just picked up off the street. He is actually a football manager. I mean, he's incompetent and he is an idiot, so fair enough. But he is a decent football manager who is capable of setting a team up to do all right. You know, they played well.
Yeah, they shifted side to side. They worked well. They kept their shape and they made it hard for Liverpool, didn't they? But equally, I think you were looking at it. I don't think there was any lack of effort from Liverpool. I had a lot of people by me saying, they looked leggy. I wouldn't say they looked leggy because I thought they worked their arses off. I just thought some of the final balls, some of the decisions, a bit like in Atletico, obviously not the same quality of opposition. But it wasn't quite there. But I liked what Jürgen said about the Atletico game. I know we got beat, but he said he took the positives from it and that he just kept going. The attitude was spot on. It was similar again tonight, wasn't it? And I think when West Ham dare to take the fucking lead, then it was like, right, you bastards, what are you up to here? Because the other thing is, anyone who watched them play against City the other day is going, that's not the same fucking side, is it? And you kind of think, well, hang on, West Ham, if you'd have done that all season, you wouldn't be in the bottom 3.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I didn't expect that at all from West Ham tonight. And credit where credit's due. I thought they were excellent in the work rate and effort and application. They were putting the bodies on the line, especially first half. I thought Declan Rice had a good game. And I thought Antonio, who always seems to be a bit of a thorn in our side.
He's an armful.
Every time we play him, he seems to cause us so many problems.
Massive.
He's huge. Absolutely ginormous.
The one behind me was calling him fat. I'm like, come on.
He's not fat.
I'd fucking love to be that fat.
But I was kind of glad he took Felipe Anderson off as well, because I thought he was causing a few problems, and it was a bit of a strange substitution, that one. But you know, when the second goal went, it was like just poking a big dog with a stick on it, and you could just see us go through the gears and up the tempo a little bit, and we just had corner after corner after corner. You just sensed it was going to come. And I like Fabianski. I think he's a decent keeper, one of the better ones outside the top big 5, if you like. But I thought he was a fault for probably all 3 goals. I didn't think he was great.
Do you think we're starting to take it all a little bit for granted, Phil? I mean, it was Monday night and it's freezing and it's windy and all that. But there was maybe 1 or 2 many moans and groans for my liking, considering where we are and what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Like we've got to win 4 games max now to win the 19th title.
And it's the 24th of February.
Yeah. And there was like, well, you know, it was old school in loads of respects. Old school's in having 25 shots, like I said before, and not winning 25-0. But also old school in that loads of moaning bastards were back in the ground.
What are these people going to do when we don't win?
Honestly.
Like, what's the ground going to be like when we draw? Because the last time we drew was, 13 months ago in a league game, wasn't it? Like, how are they going to, are they going to try and kill someone? Because honestly, this fella behind me, and it was a point where he's probably like 85, and he moans. There was a point where there were about 10 people about to kill him. There was one time he was having a go at Trent for not taking a throw in quick enough. He went, what are you waiting for? And the woman behind me turns around and goes, he's waiting for them to make the substitution. They were literally bringing a player on, and he's having a go at Trent for not.
It's that, mate.
And I'm like, come on, mate, get a grip.
We were exactly the same, me and my mate. So I go to the match at Bright. We were walking up there, and I was like, we did have a little bit of a can't be arsed attitude tonight, and the whole ground felt like that the first half. I think it was a few people trying to have a go. As you say, to take what we're doing, this football team's doing for granted is criminal. Really, really. We know we shouldn't be. We should be lapping it up, and it's not easy when it's freezing cold, and you're trying to. They've got 11 men behind the ball and they're slugging it out and stuff. But we just have to dig deep, and the fans have to do that as well as the players.
Is it one of them nights, Phil, where we, like people in their absence go up a little bit in your mind, maybe? I'm thinking Henderson here, first half in particular.
I think to a point, but you've got to remember that. I mean, I did the podcast with the ground in Madrid last week, and I sort of said that losing is normal. You don't just turn up and win every week, and you don't play brilliantly every week.
No.
And we've almost got a thing where we basically walk into a football ground, we watch Liverpool win and it's all sound. That isn't what you do. That isn't.
It just puts it perspective what we're doing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how good
we've gone in there today and we've not played brilliantly. Now, I think last season before, we don't win that game. We've gone 1-0 up and gone 2-1 down before. I mean, I think the last game we lose at home, I think we went 1-0 up against Palace and lost 3-1, I think. And that's the kind of thing that happens.
April 2017.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? 3 years.
I think opponents almost feel that way as well. I think you looked at West Ham, they went 2-1 up, but they almost kind of expected that we were going to come back at them. You know, once we equalised, they could see the shoulders drop and they were like, Christ, here we go. I think the third goal was almost written. It was guaranteed to come once we got the second, I think.
Steve mentioned the goalie. We've got to mention our goalie again, in that, you know, they got through a couple of times, they had good chances, and he's there again. I
mean, he stood up. The way he stood up and waited for Bowen to take that shot. The amount of goalkeepers who were on the floor and have made themselves smaller. I mean, we've had one who left last summer, who specialised in managing to make himself look about 4'6" when he was 6'3" or something. He did similar at Norwich last week, where he's almost scared them. You know, a striker one-on-one with a goalkeeper, that's a striker's dream, really, isn't it? And both of them have almost flapped it. Like, I thought Bowen did quite well to try and get a bit of height on it and lift it, but I mean, if that's coming at you, that big thing in black, what do you do? what do you do?
He's in the red, isn't he? So I said that when I did the show with Neil after the Norwich game, and I said, I think attackers are running towards him, knowing I'm not going to get past this fella. They flap it a bit, you know what I mean? I think
that's what you had with Schmeichel, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's the same thing.
Yeah,
you saw him.
I think he's already in the net before they even
Yeah.
get through one goal. To be fair, I think if you ask the keeper, I think he's probably going to be disappointed with the first goal. I've already seen it back briefly, but if he's getting beaten near post, he'll probably say,
it's come at him at pace, you know. It's come at him at pace, that, you know.
Similar when we've seen the Fabian's goal from when Wijnaldum's goal, and I think that took a couple of looks to realise he should have saved that, but you know, keepers will always be disappointed.
He's allowed the odd one, isn't he? You're not gonna go through a whole season where the keeper doesn't concede a couple of goals where he should do better.
Yeah.
Is there any element, Phil, of us still finding our rhythm a bit, do you think? It's something Klopp always talks about.
I thought first half there was a little bit of zip lapping and there was a little bit of sort of a bit of pace and intensity just not there, which I think like sort of the next couple of weeks is about building up that Let's Go game really and sort of getting bang on it, building up to it and sort of getting it back, and we've got about 5 days now, go to Watford. That'll be quite a hard game, but you sort of, we've got 3 games before then, you get 3 wins, you need 2 wins to win the league in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and then you can go in there full of beans, absolutely flying, and that's what we've got to do now, just move forward and get into it really.
I thought first half, I felt a bit sorry for Naby Keita, because I thought he never stopped looking for the ball, but it just never quite worked for him tonight.
He was bright to start with, wasn't he? And then he seemed to fade.
He just seemed to want a little bit too much time on the ball at times and get caught, and he was getting some stick behind us in the main stand, and that's why I said by some ticket.
The same fella I was talking about before, same fella I was talking about before, give him a bollocking because he headed the ball to Fabinho.
Yeah.
Like about a minute after that time, he headed the ball and he went off on one because he thought he'd lost the ball, but he didn't even wait for him to actually lose the ball. It's quite funny.
Wasn't quite tonight, but you know, we'll have to be much sharper than that against Atletico. We can't turn up and play defensive like that, because otherwise we won't be going out. And
I'm a little bit worried about Fabinho, though. You know, I don't think he's like, since he's come back, he's not been quite. I don't think he's been quite there, to be honest.
It's a difficult one because I don't think he gets as much protection when Henderson's in there.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Bit more, and I thought he did okay tonight without being spectacular, but as I said, I don't think anyone was outstanding.
There wasn't a massive amount for him to do, though, I suppose, in fairness.
No,
I think if you are looking for someone who did perform, we mentioned the goalie. I think you've got to give Trent a shout because he's got 2 assists and unlucky not to score as well. And he was the one where, and yeah, you're right to say Robbo as well, that the pair of them were driving us on, I thought, when at times, you know, like you said before, you've seen Liverpool's of the past, maybe they had a drop, maybe they only draw that game, maybe they even lose that game. I think those two in particular kept us going and kept us ticking over and kept us pushing for that win. And obviously you'd always get that from Sadio. I don't think it was complete, I know he scores and everything, but I don't feel like it was completely his night either. No. You know what I mean?
No.
It was a strange one all in all. We said that at the top, didn't we? And I think we summed it up well enough by saying it's a strange one. Because even though it's 3-2, we're almost struggling to talk about something. Because it's like, hang on. Like, it's like I want to go and watch it again and go, yeah, there was real that.
It's just the mentality of us now, isn't it? That's, you know, we've been spoiled by some of the comebacks and some of the performances we've seen this season. You know, as I said, there's kind of whereas when the years gone by, then we go 2 goals behind, go 2-1 behind, and you think, it's going to be one of them days here, it's not going to be our day, we're going to either draw or going to get beaten. There's kind of inevitability about it all now, which is, as I said, we're being spoiled with this season.
Yeah, we are. Just, at most, Phil, 4 wins and the title's ours. Where do you think it's going to happen? When do you think it's going to happen?
I mean,
you've always got a theory.
It's all me. Well, I mean, it's looking more and more like it's probably if we got the Cup, Palace at home, and then you draw at City, isn't it? I think we're almost in the territory where you don't want the Palace game to happen, really, if we're being honest, because you want to still be in the FA Cup and go and win a treble. So I think there is almost an element where I really hope Manchester United can beat Manchester City, and then it brings the Goodison thing back into play. Because if that happens, we can win it at Goodison. If they lose to Manchester United, we can then go and win it at Goodison, which not only would we do that, we'd win it at Goodison, then we get the Guard of Honour at the Etihad if we win in the Cup, which is about as good as I think it can possibly get.
Still dreaming the dream. What do you reckon, Steve?
I've still got a fear of Villa at home, so really I've had it in my mind for a while.
We need to lose to City for that, you know.
Yeah, no, do you have to lose or drop points?
Basically lose, yeah.
I just in my head I've had Villa at home because it's Easter weekend, 4-day bender. What more do you...
See if we can get him to move it to the Friday.
Exactly, yeah. Imagine being up for 3 days.
All right, Sky, get it on the Friday so we can just stay out
until... unbeaten Steve onto 4-day bender.
Just as well a 4-day bender over Easter. I've already pre-warned me bird. She's not going to see me for 3 days. I've already said, so yeah, Easter weekend, the boxing off for me.
Love it. Priorities from Steve out there. That has been the post-match pint. It's a freebie, this one. It's on YouTube, as you may well have worked out. We are still having some website issues, but you know, it's an opportunity for you to share this with your mates and say, this is good, you know, you should be watching it. So fucking nice one for doing that. That's been the post-match pint. Up to Reds. Fucking get in there.